Folks, David Silverman is right. If the hurricane is coming, praying is not going to do anything. You have to take action and prepare. Because people think God made the hurricane, created the hurricane, and people asking why can't God stop the hurricane? And it's going to destroy. It's because there is no God. So you have to think about this. Why would a God just create a hurricane and just let it destroy and kill people? You know, I think, like Dan Barker said, if this God exists, it's evil, it's petty, it doesn't care, it's indifferential. The thing is, there is no God. Obviously, you have to use your brain, folks. And you have to prepare. You can pray all you want, but the bottom line is, you're either praying to an evil God, if you want it, or you're praying. It's just not going to do anything. How many people always says, I pray, and the prayers don't get answered? It's because there is no God, folks. Think about it. If the prayers would get answered, it would be a God. If God could come down any time, it would be a God. The bottom line is, there's no God because God never come down. And never will come down because there is no God. So, David Silverman is right, folks. He's right. Hurricanes coming, natural disaster. You have to prepare. And praying is not going to do anything. And praying I think it's bad for your self-esteem because it makes you weak. I think, remember what happened with Pat Tillman? Remember, somebody died. The guy was praying, and Pat Tillman was like, "Come on, man, you got to get up. You're gonna die too if you don't do something." I mean, if you could save the other person's life from getting killed, do it all you can to save the life. But if the guy's dead already, and you can't bring it back, and this, you have to do what Pat Tillman says. Come on, you got to move, man. Like a hurricane, naturally, you got to move, man. You're gonna die. If you don't do something, you praying. It's not gonna do anything. Prayer has never worked, and prayer, they did like statistics, that, and prayer never worked at all. So you gotta let go of the God, folks, because and I mean, it's just gonna happen. That when we already explained the universe in the beginning. Now we're going to quantum gravity, and they're coming with the gravitons, and the gravitons is probably going to be it's going to be the law of gravity. We're going to find the laws of the universe, and once this is on the news, it's going to change the game completely. People, stop believing in God. A lot of people, majority. It's gonna be big. So you have to ask yourself. You're praying and it doesn't work. Um, so especially in the natural disaster, you know, um, and if you think the prayer works, you're kind of delusional because um, either you're lucky or the events that occurred um, took hold of the action what occurred. Um, for instance, I don't know. People say lightning doesn't strike twice. Well, lightning sometimes can strike twice, sometimes cannot strike twice. It's just the has nothing to do with fate or karma or prayer. It just has to do with the science. It's like, I don't know. You can get hit by a car really hard, and the airbag didn't save you. And then again, it could save somebody else. It's just like a randomness in a sense. It has nothing to do with prayer. Just because you think you pray and it happened doesn't mean it happened. Think about it. If people prayed all the time, wouldn't any of the prayers be answered? You know what I'm saying? I mean, Pray for $1 million. Boom, you got the $1 million. You know what I'm saying? Pray for your, I don't know, whatever. Your dream girl, and boom, you have your dream girl. I mean, pray for, I don't know, to get the house you want or the car you want. Boom, you got that. If prayer worked all, then it'd be like, you know, revolutionary. It'd be like, oh, there's something more to. There must be some divine or something. Um, um, Maybe not necessarily a God. For me, and I think a lot of hard atheists like me, the only way you're gonna believe in God is that God gonna have to come down and just show and reveal itself. Bottom line, you know, um, that's for me. For some people, if prayer worked, you know, that would mean that would prove God. But like me, probably Matt Honey, some strong atheist, we need to see the God. You know what I'm saying? Or a God, whatever God it is. Because because there's a lot of things that people think is God, and it's not. Such as people, when they see the tunnel of light after death, it's near death, they think there's a God. Scientists have proved that they can recreate that event exactly. It's because of the brain. Your brain's still active. You have like trillion, billion neurons in there. And it's still active even if you die. There's like 3 stages of death. See what I'm saying? So, especially hard atheists like me and Matt and other ones, um, we you have to observe all the evidence, um, make sense of it, ask yourself these questions, and then you can say there's a God. And the only way there's going to be a God, it's got to come down. If it's not coming down, there's no God. You're taking it on faith, believing no evidence. And God's, natural disaster is going to keep on coming. Earthquakes, hurricanes, whatever. And if it was God, that was all good. He knows what he could do. He could stop it. Remember what the scripture says? God is all powerful, all knowing, all this stuff. And it's not doing it. God doesn't exist, folks. So David Silverman is right, Praying is not going to do anything. It might make you feel good, but you're giving in. You're being weak. I think it's bad for your self-esteem because you're giving in. You're being weak. The only way you can survive is to be strong. Strong in the job, strong, especially in natural disasters. You got to take action, especially something natural disaster coming. You got to take action quick, and you got to be strong. You can't be weak. Like for instance, those people that are going to Mars, there's 6 out of like 100. Some people think some of them are not going to survive. Some people think some are really strong, hard-willed. They have, they accept life and death, and nothing can stop it. And they say, they're going to die, they're going to die. That's strong. They're going to survive. So, you got to be strong. You got to be strong. Because prayer is not going to do anything. There's no guiding hand in the cosmos, in space. There's no God up there stopping events in space. No events stopping the world. Space is cataclysmic as chaos. Asteroids hurling, meteors. You can get hit and be annihilated. There's no afterlife. There's only life and death. And whether you like it or not, but there's no God. That's what it remains, man. We're just here to find all the answers. We're stuck in this universe, and if there's aliens, it's a greater mystery. And they can tell us a lot about our past. And if our drunken ape, scientists prove that it's extraterrestrial origin, that's why the aliens can help us explain our past. It's us and aliens. They're out there somewhere. And I think when we find them, like Bill Clinton said, we'll find real love. The whole species can come together, and um, you know, they can explain. You know, they know a lot about the existence, all existence, what happened. They know. We gotta find them. Um, and it'd be cool if there was a good God at least, or a God in general, at least some kind of God to help the world, humanity, um, do miracles. That doesn't exist though. So, but science is going to explain all these mysteries in time. Um, you know, we already got the quantum theory, quantum relativity, a new theory with the no Big Bang, real gravity, and the universe always existed. With the gravitons, probably going to find the laws of the universe, and then we find the laws of the universe. Bam, we nailed it. We solved the whole universe, and that's probably going to be huge. That will be on the news. So that's because that's going to be huge. Everybody on the face of the world would want to know that. One time it's on the news, it's going to change the game, big time. And the rate we're going, I think it's bound to happen. Actually, in right time, really do. And then we just have to find the origin of life, and perhaps the Rosetta, because it still has more data. See what else we can find out from the origin of life. And as crazy as it may seem, I had doubts. I thought maybe we would never, you know, and Neil deGrasse Tyson said that the cosmos will never be explained. But look how far we're going now. We're coming. I think it actually might be explained in our lifetime. Maybe sooner than we think. Um, so yeah, it's gonna be big. Once we find the cause of the universe, what exists, and the laws, how the laws got there, it's gonna be huge. It's gonna be really, really huge, because that's what the universe is bound by, laws. That's like one of the biggest things. The gravity. How did the gravity? Because gravity's like everything. Once we find that and the laws, it's gonna be huge. It's gonna be really, really huge. And I think with this quantum theory and